So the next question, I'm going to put it to all of our panel members. Maybe I'll start off with Sasha. So the question is, if your child was coming to my school, what are the 3 things that we could practically do? That is, what would you like to see in place in my school to take best care of your child? So can I start off with Sasha?
Wow, it's a good question. So I think if it was my child going to school, the first thing is just the welcoming environment that, we talked about the mental health impact, and just having that welcome back to children is probably the first thing that I would say. The second is providing that supportive environment and making sure that that children feel safe through the way that we talk about the COVID virus, and we create the environment around them, and we're just maintaining some level of normality for them, that school is a place that they have missed, that it is a place where that they can have some really clear direction about how to be amongst their friends and be amongst in the classrooms, having some really clear instruction.
Brilliant, thanks, Sasha. We should probably start by asking each person whether they like their children or not, but on the assumption that you love your sort of children dearly. Duncan, what were the 3 things that you would like to see in place?
I do love my children dearly, although they're very trying at some of the time. I think from an emotional point of view, I completely agree with Sasha. I think from a coronavirus point of view, I think one of the things is I would like to know that somebody in the school is in charge of infection control. There's a leadership issue here. We've dealt with a lot of schools, and there's a lot of variation in what people think their responsibilities are and so on. So we'd like to know who's in charge in that. Then the second thing is about regular hand washing. So regular breaks for hand washing, to sort of really hardwire that into children's minds, and having regular hand washing stations everywhere. And then I think the third thing that I would want to see is that the school are really taking the social distancing seriously, and not recognising that you can't reduce risk to nothing, but also recognising that there have been some things put in place and obvious changes to the school day to try and limit the amount of contact children have with each other.
Great, thank you so much, Duncan. John?
I have 3 daughters in their 20s, and my message to them is reclaim your youth, get back to normal. I think it's been really tough for them, and the risk is very, very low. And yes, get back to normal.
Brilliant. And Helen?
Yeah, so I have 2 children, a 13-year-old, and I'm particularly thinking of my 11-year-old daughter today, who's coming to the end of year 6. And I'm really grateful that she had the opportunity to go back to school. When I think of the really good things the school did, actually it's a bit of a mismatch of everybody's feelings. The school were very clear, they had some good bubbles, good social distancing, but the benefit she got was all around her mental health. She was welcomed back. She was given time to talk and interact with her friends and feel like she was normal again. And the bit that I really loved was the school used the opportunity of the change in routine to introduce the mile a day, which they hadn't done before. And she's had a bit of a renewed focus on fitness and health and just being healthy. And I think that was a really good opportunity that they took.